This weekend is both AOS judging and the Illinois Orchid Society monthly meeting. And I thought this would be a good time to do a what's blooming update while I decided what I should take to the meeting and to see if I had anything worthy of taking to AOS judging. So first thing is this little stars. I was hoping it might be good for the show table for the Illinois Orchid Society meeting, and maybe if I take off this spike. So it had like 5 spikes. One is done, and then this one just opened. This one's been open for a while, and then this one, as you can tell, is fading. So maybe if I cut that one off, it might be okay. But see, look, there's a going flower here. This has been in bloom basically since like September, on and off. I didn't send it to the Eastern Iowa show because the flowers had these little black spots on it, and at that point this was the spike that was mostly in bloom, and it's done now. But these new flowers have opened up. They haven't been outside. They're nice and clean, so maybe it can go to the show table if I get rid of that cruddy spike there. We'll think about it. I do like my little stars, but I don't know if I want to haul it in like a bucket to the Orchid Society show. I mean, not show, but meeting. I have this Potentara El Dorado sunset that I got from Gold Country Orchids a couple years ago, and it has one flower. And the thing that I like the most about, I love the colors on this, but it's still alive. So at one point, I thought I pretty much killed this. I had it in semi-hydro, it wasn't doing very well, and so I took it out and I mounted it. And it's living, it's got new growth, it's got a flower, it hasn't died, though this little growth is really small for some reason. But it obviously bloomed off this new growth back here that it put sort of hidden in the back. It can have more flowers in this, and so I haven't taken it to anything, but I'm kind of happy that it's still alive. This is the Catalaya Clandio Cerulea that I got from High Desert Orchids that came in the huge crushed box. And at the time I said, hey, look, all the new growth is like dead, like it died. So see, all that new growth died, but look at this right there, coming out in that wedge between the dead new growths. It's a new shoot. I'm so excited. It's gonna live. It's gonna live. Was a little worried that I'd lost all the new leads with the crushing, but it's got a new growth. Very exciting. So this is Orangus luteal alba var rotosticta, and you can see it has a spike that has been forming. And I got a community pot of this from H&R last year, and then in the summer I divided up the community pot. I took the 3 biggest and I kept them for me. This was one of them. This right here was one of them, which you can tell is not doing so well and is probably going to die. And I had a 3rd one which has already died. And then the other ones I just sold. And I'm very excited that at least one of the ones that I saved for myself is going to make it. This is my High Desert Orchid project plant for 2021. You might have seen it arrive. It's Potentara Dean's Gold. And it came with 2 buds, and you can see that one of the buds didn't make it, but one did open up. I'm hoping it's just because this is like a first bloom for this, but the flower is terribly, terribly reflexed. I don't know, I mean, it looks a little bit like a trumpet. I'm not sure that I find that extremely pleasing, but it has really great colors. I do love the colors on this. My Catalaya Penang Black Caesar will not be going to anything because, as you can see, the flowers are fading on it. It's been in bloom probably 2 to 3 weeks, and I don't think it's making it to anything. This is Brassiolele Catalaya Richard's Bonanza. It's a really old Richard Mueller cross that I got from Nats like maybe 5 years ago. I just found it in the giant morass plants that was there. By basically picking up every pot and looking at the tag. I really love the colors on it. It's one of the few Richard Mueller crosses that isn't basically orange or bright yellow. It's a very light, creamy pink to white. And it's been open probably about a week. It might make it to the iOS show table on Sunday. My Marine Ohava Hollowwood Abundance has opened up its second spike finally. So the first one, which is over here, you can see look through the fogger, is totally faded. But this second one is just opening up. I may take this to the iOS show table. It's got a few more buds to open, so it'll look pretty nice. In my space clearing efforts, I got rid of one of my Oncidium Shari babies. This is the one that I kept. It only has one spike this year. The one that I sold actually had 2 spikes, but those spikes were shorter. I didn't think I could actually nail this one with its gigantic spike. So I kept this one. Maybe it'll be nice to me and put out 2 spikes next year. Then this right here is my, I think it's Brassiolele Catalan Majestic Light Glory. I got this from Carmela's Orchids. Hopefully it's gonna turn more yellow with yellow flares. It's just opening up. This is my second one. The first one that I got, every time it opened, the flowers would be all like squished up. It would never, they were always crooked, and I decided it might be a cloning defect, so I basically trashed it and got myself another one, and this one does seem to be opening up with non-squished flowers. The buds in that love knot, which I did rip the sheath back on, do appear to have come out. So they're out. The first flower, that first one that was all by itself, does seem to still be open, which is kind of neat. I don't know if it will still be open when the rest of these fully open, but you can see that they have formed their fuzzy little petals or sepals right there. And it'll be exciting to see how it looks, but probably won't be ready for the iOS show table on Sunday. So this is Elizabeth Ann Buckleberry. It's a bulbophyllum now. It used to be Cerulea. It is Elizabeth Ann season. Everyone is posting pictures of their Elizabeth Ann blooming. This is my first spike that's open. The second one is just starting to open right here, and then I have, as you can see there, at least 3 more, and a 4th one right here that hasn't opened yet. So the thing is that I don't know if I want to take this to the meeting on Sunday and possibly lose my new spikes, or just not share it. I have a suspicion that lots of people will have this in bloom. My Brassiolele Catalaya Little Mermaid Janet is just opening up. We can't really see it quite yet, but I'm hoping that this will be open by Sunday, because it's got a lot of flowers on it and they just really look almost ready to burst. But it's a Miraclone, so I would definitely not be taking this to AOS judging. So this sort of squash thing goes up against the window that's just opening up is my Brassiolele or BC Brassio Catalaya Richard Mueller cross to itself. That I think I got this from Diamond Orchids. It's a little squashed looking right now because it was up against the window. What I'd really like to do is use this as a parent and cross it to something. Make my first pod, since it's just opening up and the pollen would be fresh. But I'm not quite sure what I'd want to cross it with that I have that's open. Behind it is my Brassiolele Rustic Spots. This is Richard Mueller crossed to Catalaya Landate. Landate is Gutata crossed to Clandio, right there. And right below it is, this is a mini microchip. Sorry, it's a microchip, which is very sad looking. I always have problems growing microchips. I don't know. I don't keep, they're like too cold, I think, here. Here's my Phalaenopsis joy michona that came in bloom, and it's still in bloom. The flowers are going a little bit. I don't know if any of the other spikes have a burgeoning flower on it, but you know, my roots look pretty good in this, you know, plastic sleeve. Look at those roots, pretty good. And then right behind it is my Nodosa, I think it's Remar across the Moss Mayhor, which might be actually a grandiflora cross. It might be an, because Moss Mayhor may be a grandiflora. I'm not sure. There's seems to be great debate about it on the internet. I got this at the Eastern Iowa Orchid Show from the Orchid Trading Company. Here's another Habaneria that's just coming into bloom for me. This is Habaneria Ragnera Gabby. It's awarded. It's a corm that I got from Joel 2 years ago. So this is my second blooming of it. So I haven't killed it. But these are, I'm just practicing Habaneria, trying to learn how to grow them and rebloom them. So I have a whole bunch of small Oncidiums that have Cheiriform and Ornithorhynchum in them. Some of them are twinkles, some of them, like I think there's a Suke Marguerite in here, there's a gold dust, and and my Ornithorhynchum is in here somewhere too. And I don't think any of them will be ready for the Illinois Orchid Society meeting on Sunday. Traditionally, these things have started to open up basically in December, and I can take them to the Christmas party. I am spiking right here. I have one Laelia and Seps. It's probably not going to be ready for another month. And then right next to it is my Catalaya Puppy Love, which has Anceps as a parent. And you can see it also has a hugely long spike. And I think this might open in the next week or so. This right here is Brachyosum crostitanii that I got from H&R. Still in bloom. I've stuffed this on the top shelf here, and I don't think I'm going to try to take them out, but I believe this is my Cochleata. It's still in bloom right there. And then the Cochleata that I got from Hauserman's, I should say. And then, oh my goodness, wait, there's a little flower. Oh, this must be my Garciana. Oh, I think that's my Garciana. I don't actually know, it's not. It's not the Garciana. That doesn't look like no, this must be the Fragrance that I got from Equigenera at the Chicagoland Orchid Festival. And it's blooming. I think it is. I have to pull it. Yes. So this is definitely, this is my Fragrance right there. Oh, how exciting. Oh, and then we won't forget this one, but I've got Zygo Rhine Harlequin still holding on back there with some blooms. Here is Brassiolele Nodosa Remar across the Gladys. It came in bud from H&R, and it looks like a very large flower. And I really think that either Remar or Gladys must have grandiflora in it, because look at how huge this lip is in comparison to the petals. Last but not least, my Encyclia radiata only has 2 spikes open. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 spikes not open, 5 spikes not open. I don't know if it's worth taking it to the iOS meeting. I might just save it for December. So that's everything I think that I've got in bloom, and I don't know. We'll see. don't want to take too much stuff. Can't carry all of it on Sunday. So, oh, the radiata smells really, really nice right now. It is very fragrant.